Sharing with Facebook. We're live, okay. Sharing with Facebook. My God, when I went to share it Facebook, it was that video of this shelter that lets the dogs pick their future owners. If it pops up on your feed, man, you gotta watch it. I had to look away because I tear up every time. It's the sweetest damn thing. And it's like every time the owner immediately falls in love with that dog. The dogs know. Hello, whoever's there. I'm inviting people. I forgot where I left off. Oh yeah, I left off at her. Uncle Birch, come to you live from New Orleans. Can't see who you are, but I see some of you are here. Yeah, I just went to Facebook and to share it, and that video is on. There's this shelter where the dogs pick you, and there's all these people out there, and these dogs come out and they just single in on one person, and it's that person always falls in love with the dog immediately. And it's always the sweetest damn thing. And these dogs are just, there's a whole room full of people, and there's just somebody they'll go up to, and that person immediately falls in love with that dog, and that dog already is falling in love with them, and it's the sweetest goddamn fucking video. It's like a shelter where the dogs come out and pick their owners. Okay, I left off at Sarah Bobera. Uncle Birch is inviting people, so invite your friends, invite your enemies. And I'm trying to get to where I left off here. Almost done inviting people. Where the fuck did I leave off? Gotta make sure and do some sort of damn. I think I did. All right, where the fuck did I leave off? Oh, God. Spiritual value, shadow. Okay, I some of you may get a couple invites because the algorithm did its weird thing and stopped keeping track of who I already invited was Sarah Bobera. Now I finally got to where I was. Okay, I got one more round of inviting people if I can get back to Sarah Bobera. Oh, don't start doing that sun thing. No, that's unacceptable. I will umbrella your ass if you try that shit. That was around Papa Crow that left off. Uncle Birch, I'm still inviting people, so I'm sure this is exciting as fuck. I am not going to invite that Uncle Birch 10 guy, man. Wait, I thought I was Uncle Birch 10. What the fuck is this account? Oh, cool. There we go. Group 13, Nicey, how are you? Or Nisi. Amy, how are you? Lux Lady Crystal, of course, is here. She stalks me, man. She knows when I go live. Sebastian's here. All right, when we get enough people here, we'll turn off this thing and let people in the boxes. But, right now I got to make it lucrative and have the gift-giving challenge thing go there, man. There is no old witch retirement program, except up here in my link tree where my Venmo and my Cash App are. Rindy, how are you? Group 13. Let me make sure I'm following Rindy. Doesn't sound familiar. Oh, no, okay. There you go. Now I'm following you back. Group 13, man. Group 13. We got a lot of Group 13 in the house. Always remember to do your daily work, Group 13 people. Search the hashtag Group 13 and go find Group 13 people that you don't already know and you're not already following, and follow them and hit all of their buttons. That's how we do it. We are going to do what Group 7 tried and failed to do. It's not a leather jacket, but I do have leather jackets, of course. Yes, of course, Rindy, if you just hit my link tree in my profile, there's Witch School 1 and Witch School 2. Witch School 2 only has a couple classes in it, but gumroad.com/Witch School, or just hit my link and go to the link that says Witch School. Shit, I got to put out a video today. I'm way behind February, I think it's 20 something. Hopefully, Lux Lady Crystal help me with this. WitchCon's coming. Thank you for the gifter thingy. WitchCon's coming late February. I think it's 20 something of February. I really got to get that down before, because I've got to start plugging it. I've been lagging on plugging it. It kind of snuck up on me. But I, of course, am at WitchCon. WitchCon is the largest online witchcraft festival that ever has existed. And if you get over there to witchcon.com, man, you're going to see the list of presenters, and you're going to be scrolling for a long time before you get down to Uncle Birch, because I'm under you, and it's alphabetized. But WitchCon is always amazing. We get people that are, from other countries that can't, have a hard time traveling or don't want to come to this country right now. We get people like Lori Cabot, still the official witch of Salem. She's so old, she don't go nowhere, but she can do WitchCon. That's the only way. Either you're going to go to Salem if you want to learn from Lori Cabot, or you're going to go to witchcon.com. And beyond the epic classes that you will have forever, you can download them. They're posted, years of WitchCons posted forever. You can even go get, I think you can get cheap tickets on past WitchCons if there's somebody's presentation that you wanted to see. But the beauty of WitchCon is you can watch it, after it happens live, you can watch it for years. But the other thing, the really epic thing, WitchCon, is the Zoom meet and greet, y'all. Where we all meet in a fucking Zoom. Whoever wants to show up all night long, all these witches, it gets crazy. One time apparently got naked. We don't stay up that late, so I miss the naked. But there's definitely a whole lot of spirits going on, and you. Yeah. I've looked at your link tree and was wondering if you do the classes. If you do the classes, so we can ask a question. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. And people email me. The classes are video. You download them. If you take one of the monthly classes, the year in a day classes, where you charge monthly, they come out at a particular time of the week and go to your library, and you get like a link sent to your email, and you click on it and you watch it at your own speed. You can rewind it, fast forward it, pause it, whatever you got to do. And then, the students are in my email all the time, sending me messages. Sometimes we'll do a Zoom or something like that if they're really, if it's too much to type. Well, good. Well, check it out. Check out Witch School. Oh, y'all, check out Witch School, man. You want to, in a week, I'll have you more educated than half the witches on WitchTok. Yeah, that's a bold statement. Arrogant motherfucker, that Birch. True, though. Muhammad Ali, back when he was Cassius Clay, he had a little saying, he ain't bragging if it's true. Sarah Bobera, how are you? Leyenberg, something, I missed it. It moved too fast. Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans, where it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A little bit of rain here and there, but mid-70s in the dead of winter. Climate change is a hoax, man. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Absolutely. And Rindy, you can always, you can always ask me questions here too. In a little bit, when we get a few more people in, I do this thing where I open up the boxes, and then you can get in a box. You can, you can have your camera on, or you can just have your audio on, and we can have more extensive conversations and questions and that kind of thing. Hey, peeps. Let's get Uncle Birch. Want to watch us share the live. Hey, great idea, Amy. I should be telling people to do that, but thank you for picking up my slack. Yeah, share the live, man. Share that live. And you see all these hearts going on over here? That's because somebody else knows the assignment. If you're just sitting there doing nothing, you've got a free finger. You can tap that screen, tap that screen, tap that screen. Keep liking it. And then if you really want to get froggy, you can get 2 fingers going. If you want to get crazy, you can get 3 fingers going on that fucking screen. Get like 3 times the likes in just half the time. And the more likes we get, the harder it is for haters to take down our live by filing false complaints and saying I'm being a bully or whatever they want to say. And we get more people over here. The more people over here, the better it is. Decibel. That's a cool name. I just got to sit with that. Decibel. It's spelled a little different, but still, it's pronounced the same. My decibel level was rather high just a minute ago. The Katie D, how are you? Uncle Birch, coming to you live from New Orleans. And Catherine, thank you for the $33 on Cash App. Thank you so much. And thank you for making it a magical number. I appreciate that as much as I appreciate the money. Decibel, thank you for the flowers. Hey, just wanted to drop by and say hello. The Mad Catter, how are you? Am I following Mad Catter? Sounds familiar. Let me make sure. No, I'm not. Oh, now I am. See, 2,823 followers. Okay, well, now you got 200,824. There you go. I follow Searcher Dan and Bodie and get good info from y'all. I had so much fun on Bodie's podcast. I think it's still on a YouTube channel. And then she came to New Orleans, and I sat down with them and broke beignets, had coffee, that kind of thing. I'm from California, but I'm in New Orleans for about the last 6 years now. Since like 2 weeks before COVID shut down the world. It was a really interesting time to learn New Orleans. Bodie came here to New Orleans. We met. She got podcasts on YouTube. I'm sure if you look up Blue Bodie, you'll find it. I'm following her on my YouTube. I had a great time on her podcast, and we're supposed to hopefully do it again soon. Best place in the world. I gotta agree. I came here to teach 2019 August. We were back by November looking for a house. Pulling up January. Magic follows the path of least resistance, and this particular move all the way across the damn country, nothing stood in its way, man. Nothing. Hey, from California, how are you? I'm let's see, from Long Beach. Well, I guess born in Orange County, then to Long Beach, and 30 years in Santa Cruz, a brief stint in Grass Valley, then back to West Hollywood, and then Hollywood proper, 19th and Vine, I believe it was, and then came here. Only other place I lived other than California, man. Wouldn't have it any other way. Unless the Civil War breaks out, we'll be coming back. We'll head to Oregon. I just rewatched that podcast. That's how I found you. Oh, right on. I love me some Bodie. She's been known to come in here, but I didn't notice if she was live. I think she usually goes live more closer to prime time. Thank you for posting gumroad.com/witchschool, where you can go, in a week, I'll have you knowing more witchcraft than half of the witches on WitchTok. Ain't bragging if it's true. Sorry, I had to plug the phone in. Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans, where I teach witchcraft. I've been teaching witchcraft about 45 years now. The majority of my life. I started studying officially with other people witchcraft at 13 years old, and was teaching my friends witchcraft within a week. And then it's a longer story, I'm sure. Have I done that here? Okay, if I remember, later tonight I'll do a story time on that one. That too is a really good story. I've been known for my stories. I've been seeing you for a little while, and I've learned a few things from you. Thank you for the teach. That's thanks enough. That's what I do. I clearly won't stop doing it. This is I believe, my 10th account. I've had everything from like 100,000 to 70 to 50,000 accounts taken down. But I gotta say, the first one was about 100,000, and it was taken down by the Christians. Hey, you don't chew on electrical cords, even though that's not plugged in. Bad policy. You're not gonna have a good time. The fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, 10 accounts. So out here, been teaching on YouTube for just about as long as YouTube has existed. And then, in real life. So I won't stop teaching. I've done many other jobs in my life. There was even that time that I was an anarchist cop for a few years. It's a story back. Scroll back, you'll find that one. Quite a tale, quite a tale. But was always teaching witchcraft. There was always a time, or times during the week that my living room would be full of new brooms learning. So clearly I'm not going to stop. And at this point, I'll be teaching witchcraft beyond death. As long as these platforms exist. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. My content is chiseled in the digital wall. I guess unless somebody hits everybody with an electromagnetic pulse, then everything we've ever done is gone. Everything we've ever known is gone. Will I play guitar for us today? I don't know. What do you guys want? Let us see. I'm waiting on a microphone. I'm trying to set up a whole mixing board, do a more professional broadcast. Lux Lady Crystal wants a song. Well, that is the song that I was thinking of, Sebastian. Okay. Stand by. Keep people engaged so they don't leave. I gotta go get the guitar. And I'm gonna put these dogs in. Oh, a couple people just couldn't stick around, huh? Uncle Bird's coming to you live from New Orleans. If you're just joining, I am preparing for a command performance by the throng of fans demanding that I play. Gemini, just saw you in there. Let's see. First comes the K-Po. Let me see if I can have the right spot. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second there. have to bear with me. I wasn't expecting to be playing this right now. Humidity's changing. Now I'm going to fuck it all up with the cable. All right. I'll have to thank a particular sniper in recent months that brought this song back to prominence. Historic anti-fascist song from one of my motherlands, an Italian anti-fascist song. And it was alleged that this was etched on a bullet casing, and all of a sudden everybody's posting video. I've reposted like probably 50 versions of it the other night because it's a beautiful, incredible song. And I have a long history as a protest song writer and did not know this song before this, and probably had heard it but didn't really know about it and the history behind it. And it is probably the most iconic protest song that ever existed. So a guy like me should know how to play it, you know what I'm saying? All right. Woke up one morning, looked out my window. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Looked out my window, saw the soldiers, the invasion had begun. Oh, take me with you, oh rebel soldiers. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Take me with you, oh rebel soldiers. I feel my time has come. And if I die here for the resistance, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. If I die here for the resistance, lay me in my grave. If I die here for the resistance, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. If I die here for the resistance, lay me in my grave. Buy some flowers up in the mountains. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Buy some flowers up in the mountains. Lay me to my rest. Buy some flowers up in the mountains. died for liberty. This is the flower of the resistance. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. The flower of the resistance, and those who died for liberty. This is the flower of the resistance, and those who died for liberty. Uckerman performance. My Uncle Birch. Uncle Birch has a new album. Don't miss it. Yeah. It's an album of my computer done songs. But yeah, I put a whole album of protest songs. Some of them are rewrites of my old songs. Thank you. On my YouTube channel. So Uncle Birch over there on YouTube. Always remember, you can always tip me up here. My thing. Oh my God. Right as I'm pointing at it. $13 from Betsy. Thank you in the Cash App. Thank you very much. Man, get it. Well, I think you're the one that asked for it, right? So I'm glad that you thought that. Rindy, that made me cry. Yeah. Probably the most iconic fucking protest song I've ever known. And if somebody hadn't, you know, there's good and bad and everything. If somebody hadn't shot Charlie Kirk, I might not know that song. It's come up of late. I'm not saying that makes it, you know, okay, but you take the good, you take the bad, something, and there you have the facts of life. I didn't think Sebastian asked for it. Yeah, Sebastian asked for the song, but I think you asked me to play a song. So, and then, you know, other people agreed, and yeah, singling anybody out. Hold on a second, though. I don't want to squint at you. There you go. That annoying ball of fire in the sky has popped through the clouds. Ohio dentist killed. When did I learn to play guitar? Well, back in the punk days, 79 probably. I was a drummer in a punk band, and then I learned how to play, the one chord you need for punk, and then I was a rhythm guitarist, and then I was a singer. And the next band I was a singer, and the next band I was a singer. Next band I was a singer, rhythm guitarist. I should learn at least Johnny Cash, but not Elvis. So maybe I'll learn Johnny Cash. And then didn't do anything with that for a long time. And then shortly after, during my divorce of my first wife, it was a time of change. I had just completed my high priest initiation, which is, in my tradition, 4th degree, and tends to send your life into chaos for very good reasons. The goddess, I don't recommend to people that they oath themselves away to a god or a goddess early. There may come a time for that. Please make a video of that song on TikTok. Just scroll back. I think I just recently reposted it. So if you just scroll back on my feed, you'll find that. And it's going to sound almost exactly like it sounds now. But I'm going to be opening the boxes as soon as I remember what the hell I was talking about. Oh, God, now I'm just lost. I've got 3 different conversations going on. I've got somebody texting me stuff, and I accidentally read some of it. So fourth degree, you know, I'd made oaths. Yeah, it was my first marriage. I had made oaths to the goddess Hecate to come when she called and go where she would send me whenever she called. And it just so happened she called right after high priest initiation, and you know, all kinds of things were in chaos. Um, and so I said, you know, well, you know, Mom, yeah, I know I said that, but you know, right now it's just it's not the best time. Uh, yeah, I got you know, I'm married. I just put my wife through nursing school. You know, you know, her career's taken off. She said, oh, baby, I didn't know that was a problem for you. Oh, I totally understand. Here, let me fix that for you. Boom! Destroyed that. Then like, well, fuck, you know. I'm kind of in the middle of this career. I'm doing this thing where, you know, even though as an anarchist, I decided to become a cop to change the system from within. And, you know, I am having some positive effects there. And so she goes, oh, 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 the job's a problem. Okay, son. Boom! Blew that up. And the story of how that blew up, well, that's worth scrolling back for as well, because it was something. You know, it blew up because I was the cop that you all wish you'd see on one of those videos. I was the cop that did the right thing when another cop was assaulting a citizen, and I was the cop that broke the code of silence and turned in my superior officer. But also I was the cop that nothing happened to the superior officer, and he was still my superior officer, and then put my life on the line for the rest of my time in that job. But there's just a longer story. You can scroll for a while. You'll find it. I think it's on probably on my YouTube somewhere too. But when I left on the road, one of my students said, you know, I was fucking around with this guitar, and I was kind of remembering how to play. And he said to me, he says, so, you know, that the guitar you're holding, you know, is really important to me. This friend of mine who's like a, you know, brother to me, you know, all my life. You know, he gave me that guitar, but you're more important to me, and something tells me that you should keep that guitar. And I did. And that guitar meant a lot to me. And then I traveled north. I finally, you know, answered the call, went where she said I should go. That's where I met Shelley Kloss right there, to the sleepy little town of Santa Cruz. And I was on the street playing, you know, Irish songs, slightly political songs. And then I just saw these cops abusing these homeless people. And next thing you knew, I'm up in this cop's face, chanting penal codes at him and shit, and violations of his duty and stuff. Just bold as fuck I was. I can't imagine doing that in New Orleans cops' face, but in Santa Cruz they really try and keep up appearances, so it would appear bad if this cop was to hit me with his nightstick. And then next thing you know, I'm writing protest songs, and it all kind of takes off from there. So I'm gonna turn off the box now. We've had enough people here for a while, but so if you want to come up on screen, you can have your camera on, or you can have your camera off and just do audio. But if you have, you know, stuff you want to talk about, questions, discussions, whatever you got, you can request to come in a box, and Sebastian here, my moderator, will put you in a box. Sometimes I have to put you in a box if you're like Lux Lady Crystal or something. We'll get that done. Luz, how are you? Sarah Bobera is still here. Anthony and Shelly saying hello. Hi, Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans. We just did I just did a command performance of Bella Ciao because that's what the people wanted on the live, and you got to give the people what they want. It's stagecraft. It's important in witchcraft too. You're going to be doing rituals and stuff with people, for people, in front of people. You want to inspire that mystical feeling in them. It takes some stagecraft, man. Mad Cat is still listening while puttering. All right, we'll putter away. Thank you, people, for tapping the screen. Remember, if you're just sitting there not doing anything, tap on that screen. Get 2 fingers going on that screen, or get 3 fingers going, 4 fingers going on that screen. The more likes we get, the harder it is for the haters to hate on us and take down our live. And the more people going to come here. And yes, check out gumroad.com, Witch School. And oh, thank you. Yes, thank you for the. Always remember the Cash App. Oh my God! Every time I should just keep doing that. That's $16. That's still kind of a magic number. That's good. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. In Cash App again. So I got the Cash App, got the Venmo up there. Cracker Jacks, how are you? Yanni07, how are you? Thank you for liking the live. We're up to 10,000.3 likes. This account just got up to 13,000 followers, so this will be the 10th account. I've gotten to 13,000 followers. First account was about 100,000, then there was a 70,000, then there was a 50-something thousand. I think the last one I lost was right when I got to 20,000. They took it down. And good to see your little tiny profile picture. Juliandra, how are you? Canadian. Hey, sorry about that, man. I don't think we really want you to be the 51st state, man. He's a dick. We're working on that. If anybody knows they're going to vote for starting a war with Canada and Greenland, I don't know, man. There's some people might have voted for a war with Venezuela, but no. Well, first of all, Venezuela doesn't have allies, or at least ones that can do anything. Russia was their allies. There were Russian forces in Venezuela that left 2 days before the raid. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that Trump told Putin he was going to do it because somehow the Russians bugged out 2 days before the raid. Go figure. So they got those kind of allies. But you don't attack somebody that's in NATO. Oh, fuck. You'll have the whole world.
Not just that. Now he's trying to take Greenland as well.
Yeah, Greenland. Well, Greenland's NATO ally, so's Canada. So either way, you attack either one of those, then that means that all of NATO is duty bound to attack us. You didn't want World War III? There you go. You got World War III. Dumbass, stupid piece of shit. Now they're gaslighting us. I'm sure you've seen it across the pond too.
We have.
There's
and
no
also
way.
over here, we're trying to rejoin the EU.
Oh yeah. Well, that was a short breakup.
Yeah, I know. I know. So I mean, we're on weird territory.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't agree with Boris Johnson for doing that.
Yeah, Boris Johnson was a trip. He was, more like Trump than not.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Boris Johnson was like
literally a colonizer. Well, he just colonized Venezuela. Now he wants to colonize the colonizers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord, we live in interesting times. But yeah, and
I swear we're living in the Twilight Zone.
And it's all about the Epstein files. He'll send the whole world into war. Let us see the fucking Epstein files. Shrek went. I was trying to read about Shrek. Went with his special ops to teach amateurs how to defend themselves and use it for bad. Yeah, you think the U.S. military wouldn't invade? Yeah, that was an illegal order, and yeah, but they did. And that's the thing. It's like, are people willing to follow their oaths or won't they? That's the $1 billion question. I took
To
that
do
same
or
oath.
not to do, that is the question.
I took that same oath in law enforcement, and I don't believe the oaths expire when you leave a job. We had somebody wanting to get in there. Did you already do it? Oh, somebody was wanting to get in the box, but no, they're not. All right. The reason I think they ignore the vets is just because it's disabling the weapon. Yes. Well, and Trump thinks that veterans are losers and suckers. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever let them make you forget a damn thing that happened.
Oh, you know that one person I commented group 13 under and tried to tag you in it? There was multiple I've done, but there was one that was Robert, I believe. There was he was just I'm building. He thought I was. He's like, oh, Birch is corrupt. He's selling knowledge. Like he's not corrupt. Like but it's like it's like I don't come onto your page and promote anything. I'm like, mate, I'm not. We're just building you up. And then I was blocked. I'm like, well, you're lost.
Wait, so who's this?
I don't know. It was some.
So
Someone just beginning their awakening and then doing that, and then I don't know.
So that would mean that teachers shouldn't teach, authors shouldn't write.
Guess not.
Okay. All right, let's all be ignorant. It's probably a Trump supporter. Only Trump supporters want everybody to be ignorant.
Possibly.
I do, but I can't. I can't use my PayPal right now. There's like a negative balance for some reason. They said that something I didn't go through, but it did go through, and I'm waiting for them to decide on the appeal right now. So my PayPal is not functional.
Moxie! Hi!
Yeah, so they're trying to tell us that this woman's in Minnesota is a domestic terrorist with an old dog in the back seat and a glove box full of stuffed animals. And then, so then another video comes out, which apparently is from the officer. The officer's holding his phone in one hand and his gun in the other hand. And where the woman is just nice as hell. She said, I'm not mad at you. It's like, this is the domestic terrorist you wanted us to be scared of. That woman is, I'm not mad at you. She's just,
it's okay, dude. I'm not mad at you. And it's just like,
try to move her car really slowly around the guy. But so now it turns out, I think it was the Washington Post was leaked a text message from Kristi Noem to all of ICE. And the ICE was supposed to concentrate on creating content that they can then use for social media posts and propaganda. So that's why the cop had that was disrespectful to cops. That's why the ICE Gestapo motherfucker had his phone in one hand and the gun in the other hand, was to get content. Oh yeah, and then he shoots her and calls her a fucking bitch. Yes, thank you for that. That's definitely important. And we didn't have that without his footage. But the thing I don't understand is that's on his phone. How'd we get that one? Did he post that somewhere? I don't know. Yeah, he did get. Yeah, he got. That's how we got that video of the Mad Catter. There's a video from his phone that is now all over the news, looking right in her window as she just drives by, and she goes, "I'm not mad at you, bro." Those are her last words before she turns her wheel, tries to go around him, and then gets shot and called a fucking bitch. They don't care anymore because they know people will blindly support them. Yeah, well, yeah, they're trying to make us get violent so he can enact martial law and cancel the election. Brandy, thank you for the $13. And thank you for making it a magical number. That's always good. 33 is good too. So 99. But 13 is an excellent number. Thank you, thank you, thank you over there on Cash App. Leonie split the people more. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're fucking up. See, it's a lot of the stuff that they're doing, a lot of the thing that's affecting the economy, a lot of things that's affecting people's health insurance is affecting the poorest amongst us, and the poorest amongst us tend to be populated in red states. Red states take from the government more than they give to the government. Now, California, and now a bunch of blue states, because Trump keeps attacking the blue states and pulling funding for this. Now he's just pulled funding for kids from all the blue states, pulled disaster funding from California. They're talking about not paying their taxes. And if they do that for just 1 year, we're dust. The rest of us are dust. All the blue states will be fine. They'll have plenty of money. They give way more to the government than they take from the government. And that money goes to support all of the states that take more from the government than they give to the government, which tend to be the red and redneck states, of which, unfortunately, I'm in. But I'll take it. Hey, I think Zephyr Green's trying to get in the box, sir.
So?
Yeah, I'm gonna invite him in. So if they do that, I'm willing to take the hit. Go ahead, tear up this state. I don't care. Just do it, man. Just do it. You should fucking do it. They're not giving you the disaster money. Well, if you weren't paying the government, you'd have more than enough disaster money. You could rebuild the whole goddamn state. California has the fourth largest GDP in the world. If California was a country, it would be the fourth most wealthy country on earth. We are last I heard, $17 trillion in debt. The country. And that's not going to get any better. In the South, I'm the one that tried. Tired of the corruption. Watch me. Absolutely. So, my point was, the people that would vote for him are the people that are suffering. The Republican states are gerrymandering their districts so that they can get, X amount of Republican seats here and there. But that's assuming that the people are actually going to vote Republicans into those seats, even though they're in places that typically are very Republican. The Republicans are turning more and more, and the Epstein files sure didn't help, because that was one of their main conspiracy theories about the cabal of elites protected by the deep state so they could abuse children. Well, it just turns out the deep state's a little different than they thought. Like I said in the video the other day, the belief that they had was that Trump was going to come back to power, and John F. Kennedy was going to rise from the grave, become his vice president, and then Trump and JFK would hang all those PDFs. But it turns out they are the deep state protecting the PDFs because they are the PDFs. Wow. Who saw that coming? Oh, I did. Oh, that's right. Yeah. There was
well saw coming.
on Fox News last night. They were trying to find a protester that would, make their case for these crazy radical left, and they just kept getting these very articulate, very calm people telling them, why they're opposed to what's going on. And it's this one guy's talking, a sign goes behind the camera, and they didn't blur it out and post editing. I guess it was live. It said, "Vote for the rapist and expect to get fucked." It was right across the screen on Fox motherfucking News. All right, talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I got to grab a charger.
I don't know what I just drank, but that's not Coke. Well, it doesn't taste like it.
Okay, come on. Going out.
Can Coke go off?
Hey, don't start that. Hey, shut the
No, it was the Coke original taste. And so I was like, can Coke go off date? Can Coke go off?
Hey, shut the fuck up, Doug. Oh, man. My table turned. The tables have turned. All right. Let's see. Gotta get a charge. Come on, give me a lightning bolt, bitch. Have it? Yes. I have lightning bolt. Gotta go. Little one woke up. All right. Have a good one. Who's this lurking over here? Lux Lady Crystal, and I guess you can't accept her. All
I
right.
can't. No. I didn't even know she was requesting.
Uncle Birch come to you live from New Orleans.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anyway, so I'm staying focused. Juan Hernandez, Trumpelstiltskin, pardoned him, and they have a whole island full of elites that nobody else, and you cannot get to that island unless you are an elite.
Exactly.
President of, what, Hernandez, Hernandez, I can't think of the word, starts with an H. Horonda? I can't think of it. I got sidetracked because Sebastian, you know who I am, and you still won't let me up.
No, are you on private? Only the host can bring up someone who's private.
He tells you this every time we go live. It's like, I know this. Honduras. What are you guys talking about?
See, I didn't even see that. Oh, I didn't even see that word was actually. I didn't even see that he was requesting. I didn't see that he was requesting Zephyr. Like, what the hell? Are you on private as well?
No, my page isn't private.
What the hell's going on then?
Yeah.
What did you not see?
No, I didn't see that she was requesting up, and so otherwise I'd bring you both up. The fuck is going on, TikTok?
I didn't request. Uncle Birch invited me. Yeah.
There it is.
Oh yeah, I saw him over there. So yeah. So yeah, now you got 2 videos now. Last I saw.
I'm not going to be uploading as often as I used to. I'm probably going to be doing YouTube more often than I am TikTok.
If somebody on this stream can message me, I need an app that actually works to stream to YouTube and TikTok. So only 2 things I need to stream to.
Does it have to be on your phone?
I was going to say, if you've got a laptop, you can do what is known as XSplit or OBS or TikTok Studio.
Just use OBS on a laptop with your webcam. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking for something for the phone, but StreamYard. Last time I tried StreamYard, it said that you could do that, but you had to be like a computer programmer to get TikTok to work, and I still followed all the instructions and couldn't get TikTok to work on that. But maybe if StreamYard's gotten better, I was thinking of checking them again to see if they've worked out their shit, but I need to. It was probably 6 months ago, at least 6 months ago.
Well, you have a much bigger audience on TikTok than you do on YouTube, so I would stay here if you can't figure that out. But
Yeah,
otherwise,
I need both. I need to boost the YouTube
right,
audience. That's
yeah.
part of the point. Because I've got 10,000 followers on YouTube, but they're not that active because I don't post as much there.
It's not just about subscriber count. I think your videos on TikTok get a lot more engagement.
Yeah. But part of that is because I don't engage with YouTube enough. I watch plenty of YouTube, but I just don't post there as much. So I need to get those numbers up because I need to stop doing my side job, man. I'm even looking into starting an independent news site on YouTube and on TikTok as well. I mean, I did start one before, but really didn't do much with it. But I got to do some other things. Driving around all damn day was interesting, but my interest is waning.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. Utilize everything that you can. And now is the time because all of these people are about to get the tariffs monies, hopefully, and tax monies. It's time to promote.
Yeah. Well, hell, back during COVID, man, I was doing great. Everybody had time to take WitchTok classes. And everybody was getting stimulus checks and shit. I don't want to wish that on it. So.
Right.
Check out Rainbow Cat app. It's slowly growing. If you could message me that, I will do that. Hey, get the fuck down, dog. What do you think you're doing? Apina, get down. There's nothing up there for you. Don't be tilting your head at me. Get the fuck down.
Hell, ask Christian Day if you can set up at Hex New Orleans and do readings for people or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah, they don't have any openings. But there is Psychics for Hire. I did have a profile on that, but there wasn't enough traffic. And when I was at his house recently, he was talking about a lot. He's been doing a lot of work and getting more traffic on that and advertising it more. So, that was lucrative. Yeah, I sit around and wait for people to call and do readings, but I sat for like 3 hours. When I first did it, it was like nothing came through. So I was like, I'm not gonna sit there because you gotta not be doing anything else because somebody's gonna call and want a reading right then.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm telling the dog to behave. We have
People have to know that you're there. This is the tricky part.
Yeah. Hey! What are you doing?
I'm glad Covington is back.
Biting. No biting. What?
I'm glad Covington is back. Education.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's back, but
I got to get enough people to convince Christian Day that he needs to do hex offenders again with his new co-host.
Absolutely.
Start a campaign. Yeah. Let's make that happen because he needs to do that, and I need to be his co-host because I'm the only. Other than Brian, I'm the only one that can keep him in check when he gets really crazy. I've talked him. I mean, I know those of you that have known him have seen him on many a ledge, but I've talked him down way more than the ones you've ever seen. I've talked him off of cliffs. There was one time he was gonna tell everybody on social media that he's gonna vote for Trump. Well, no, just let it pass. Take a gummy and let it pass. And he did. Took a gummy and it passed. Whoa! Trying to knock over the table with this witch. Hey, dog, you need to fuck up. If I hadn't caught this thing, this metal table would be on your head right now. Quit biting at me, you bitch. I love being able to call her a bitch because she is literally.
You opened up airwaves, the radio waves for all of this. So
Was that?
I need you opened up the radio and the airwaves for all this. I really want hex offenders back.
Yes. Well, as far as the radio waves, I don't even know if you understand how accurate what you just said was. I, I'm one of the reasons why regular people can get a low power broadcast license because Free Radio Santa Cruz and other pirate radio stations fought the FCC. We beat the FCC, and we won the American people that right where you didn't have to be a big corporation to have a broadcasting license. You could be a small community group or something. Unfortunately, what happened in Santa Cruz is that churches came up and bought up all of the available airspace before any of these citizens airwaves. So it always felt like a very hollow victory. It's like, okay, yeah, it's a Pyrrhic victory. I beat the FCC for what? For what? And and one of the rulings was that since Free Radio Santa Cruz didn't go off the air voluntarily like Free Radio Berkeley and all the other stations did, we would never be afforded a broadcast license. Unfortunately for the FCC, they never came up with anybody's legal name in the 20 years of investigating us and all of that. But so here in New Orleans, I stumbled across this WHIVLP, and it's like, we honor independent voices, is what they call it, and it's all political and Democracy Now! Broadcasts every day at noon. It's all this like activist stuff. It reminds me of my old days, and then I listen to it and I go, wait a minute, what's LP? And I went to their website, and sure enough, it's a low power broadcast station which would not exist had it not been for my work. It's like my grandchild radio station here in New Orleans, and it's probably my favorite radio station now. I listen to them all the fucking time. So that what seemed like a Pyrrhic victory in some other markets has been an actual victory. So here in New Orleans, that station exists because of what I did, and I'm listening to it all the time. I should probably hit him up, get a show. Hey, probably a witch. I think you're probably a witch. If you're here, if you ended up on this feed, you're probably a witch. You're probably group 13 too. Yeah.
Absolutely, group 13.
Yeah. You got all the group 13 qualifications, right?
I could hear already, like Aunt Marta could do like the headlines and stuff like that, and then y'all dive deep into that pussy. You know what I'm saying? Dive deep into the knowledge of what the headline is.
Yeah, we're talking about doing our own independent news service. I mean, I've got a Substack. Haven't done much with the Substack. I've got like paid subscribers to the Substack. Got the Patreon. Got all of that shit. And that's all I do is witchcraft and listen to news for most of my day. Driving around, I'm listening to freaking news. So better not to just be an observer. I might have to go fix the umbrella again because this table is just going to flip over in a second. So I might be squinting at you in a minute. That sun's going to fuck with me.
I don't think it will take very long until y'all get syndicated.
Okay, I'm slow. What does that mean?
Well, that would be nice. Well, our podcast Widdershins is apparently still popular out there. And it was on iHeartRadio and all the platforms, and I guess it's still out there because every couple months or so I'll get paid like 30 something bucks or something from the advertising that goes on Widdershins. So it's still out there. Even definitely thinking about doing Widdershins again. We've got WitchCon coming up. Maybe I'll, rebirth Widdershins to do interviews with the different people at WitchCon. But y'all check it out, witchcon.com. Largest online magical festival there ever was, ever will be, with epic presenters and yours truly, of course. But even more fun. Oh, and even, the fact that you get it forever. You can watch those classes forever if you ever missed anything. The beauty of this festival is, like, if you come to HexFest, which you should come to HexFest. But the trick is, sometimes there's two different workshops you want to see at the same time, and you got to flip a coin or something like that. But not at WitchCon. You can watch them both. Yeah, you're in one of them live, and you're in the next one on the replay. But then after hours, the virtual meet and greet, the big Zoom full of witches. Oh, it gets crazy, yo. But if they just had that, that'd be worth the price of admission.
There's certainly there's 15-minute intervals in between classes. Like there's the opening drumming, and then you have to where you're gonna go. Like Uncle Bert said, you have to flip the coin. But in between there's 15-minute intervals, and then there's lunch, and then there's dinner, and then after that night, because it's 3 days, like straight magical practitioners spilling all of the knowledge, and we all get to sit together in the Zoom and hang out. It gets so crazy. It's wild. It's great.
We just bombed Syria seconds ago. Epstein files, man. Epstein files. We're not distracted. Not distracted.
So I think it has less to do with the Epstein files and more to do with the fact that they know they're going to lose in 2026, and they're just trying to push out as much shit as they possibly can before then.
Yeah.
It's going to be a wild year.
He's trying to get the American people to turn violent and have a violent uprising so he can declare martial law and the Insurrection Act and all that shit, and cancel the elections. That's what he's trying to do. And we can't take their bait. But, I've often said it's a good thing for these people that I have family. I'd be out there doing some stuff. See where he called himself a king. Yeah, I saw that. Be sure you can scroll back and find my No King song, or you can find it on my album, The Android Revolutionary Front, on my YouTube page. Got a whole bunch of songs that I made on the computer, protest songs. And I think, my first was not No Kings. I think No Kings was my second. First one I did was for Blackout the System. So, another political song. So I'm thinking I need to, well, it might be the video that brought down my last account. I'll have to see if I can shoot it a little bit differently. But there was this spell against ice that I put out. I think that was the one that did it. The one martial law declared all felonies and null and void during the time. Really? I did not know that part about it. Lee O.E. how are you? Thank you for liking the live. 21,100 likes. Thank you all for liking the live. If you're just sitting there, you can do that. Keep tapping the thing. You can tap it with 2 fingers. You can get 3 fingers going, man. Get 3 fingers going if you're really into it. Yeah, I didn't even know that.
No, if martial law gets declared, do not go out and make a fool of yourself. That is the worst time.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get arrested. The military is just going to shoot your ass.
Does anybody remember the Black Lives Matter sniper? They've really tried to remove the knowledge of that incident from existence. So yeah, nobody remembers. There was this guy.
Apparently,
There was
Jan the
this,
6th never happened either now.
there was this trained ex-military guy during some of the Black Lives Matter protests that got up on a high rise and started picking off cops. I think it was in Dallas. And it was some nutty footage, man. It kind of almost looked like this guy got some of his training from video games because he had a lot of video game moves, but it was some crazy shit. And it's buried. It's really hard to find information on that unless you really dig into it. But it's an incident they never bring up again. They never want anybody to know because they don't want anybody to try that again. Yeah, Leonie remembers. See, that's it's the only thing we got is our memory because they can erase shit from the collective memory. Do that guy up with a robot. Yes, okay, you remember too. Yep. Voodoo, wait, what is it? Voodoo what? Voodoo Panther. I like that. Oh, I guess I'm following you. Okay. I don't think I see you very often, though. What are you whining about, dog? Oh, God. Big ball of fire in sky and make me squint. We already set up.
Go outside. No.
Is there
Why
even
not?
any reason they would need to invoke martial law? I don't think that he needs it for anything. Like, he already has ice under his thumb, and they can just go around killing people with absolute immunity. Like, why martial law? I don't know why he'd even do that.
Yeah. Michelle, the threefold law is bullshit. Anything that we cannot see in nature is not a law. We should see a symbolic version of that in nature, or it's not a law. If I throw a pebble into a pond, the waves that go out may return to the source of the pebble, but they are not increased threefold. They are not amplified. So while it might be said that the kind of energy you send out is the kind of energy that comes back, it is not amplified at all. It is dissipated. And there are countless magical traditions that do a cleansing ritual after throwing. So you can deal with all that. I've got a thing. If I throw, I do the magical warfare feeding on your enemies. I throw up that shield to absorb any blowback that I get and then turn that into money, turn that into whatever I have. So there are always ways around that, and many other cultures know how to do that. So I teach a thing called magical warfare feeding on your enemies, where you can convert any energy into anything you want, where you literally can have your enemies doing your spell work for you. But if it is the fact that the negativity that I'm throwing out is coming back, I can also convert that energy into anything I want. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transformed into other energy. So good to see you. Thanks for coming by, giving me a talking point. Thank you for y'all out there. Keep liking the live. We're at 23.8 thousand likes. You just tap a finger, maybe get 2 fingers going, maybe get 3 fingers going. And we get more people here, and we stop the haters from being able to hate upon us. Mama Wolf, how are you? Nigel Tufnell, how are you? If they're in fact an enemy based on what has already been woven. If they are in fact an enemy based on what?
What?
Maybe you should rewrite that. That's
I just had a stroke trying to read that.
yeah, I tried. I'm squinting. I thought that was the problem. Yeah. I don't know, maybe some of you here are Wiccans, but I am not a Wiccan unless I have to defend my religious beliefs in a court of law. Then I am a Wiccan. But the one place, I don't really have a problem with Wicca. Gardner got more right than he got wrong. The place where I part ways is the harm none. There are some people that will continue to cause harm, and if I have the power to stop them and do not do so, then I have caused a harm by omission. So if you really want to harm none, it's a much larger thing than being a pacifist. And then with regard to pacifism, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, and Jesus are the most prominent pacifists that we know of in history, all of which were assassinated. It's all about familia est toto. Family is all. I will defend my family with the vehemence of a mother bear. Anybody comes at my family, then they will meet a very different birch. Other than that, I'm a pretty nice guy. I had a discussion one night with a lady who said, if you're a witch, you're a Wiccan. No, that's not true at all. Wicca is a religion based on witchcraft, but witchcraft is something you do. Wicca is way too new. Wicca's, well, I mean, you want to call the early 50s new? I don't know. That's not that new.
Early Wicca was in development as early as the 30s. So,
what's that?
I said early Wicca was in development as early as the 30s.
That's true.
It was popularized in the 50s and 60s.
Published in the 50s. He couldn't publish those things till around the 50s because the last law against witchcraft in England was repealed. And it wasn't for political reasons. Witches didn't rise up. It was kind of a joke in Parliament to do away with that law. I think they did it around Halloween one year. And then after that, then Gardner was able to publish books, and he was already an old motherfucker by then. Hey, shut up.
But Gardner had been involved with the witches in of New Forest for like 10, 20 years already, I think.
Yeah.
Not
bad. I always say, do good things, and don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. You don't have to fuck with people for no goddamn reason, but sometimes there's reason to fuck with people. And a lot of times it's to stop them from fucking with other people. You know, like that ice guy. You know, if I could have stopped him and didn't stop him because it would be violent to stop him, then I would be complicit in that. They're having witch hunts here in upstate South Carolina over the summer. Oh, great. Well, you know, when I ranted about Project 2025 2 years ago, many witches out here said I was being hyperbolic. I was fear-mongering, they said. I hate to be right about that. I hate to say I told you so, but I did. Cosmic Focus, how are you? Leonie's still liking alive. Thank you for doing your job there, doing your job. Get your fingers going. Southern California ICE protest turns violent in mid-nationwide uproar. Oh, not in a blue state, man. Yeah. I don't know how we're going to get past this without people going that route. Nobody listened when I went on about it the same amount of time, too. Yeah. It's, I mean, I was ranting about it because I'm on WitchTok. A Christian nationalist takeover of the United States government should freak us all the fuck out. And if it doesn't, then you're a witch that doesn't know history. They always blame us for everything. They always come at us anytime they get power, man. And so don't even talk to me about Christian witches either.
Nope, not a thing. Not a thing. I acknowledge no such thing. It's bullshit.
No. if Jesus existed, he was probably closer to one of us than one of them, anyways. But
I mean, the fuck are literally in their own stories that he performed necromancy with the story of Lazarus. The fucker was unalived or dead for 3 days, for almost a weekend, and he they said come forth, and he called him back from the dead and walked forward. I'm like, what do you call that? Necromancy.
so Michelle Lynn, we really need to be paying attention right now to what's going on in the world. What Trump is trying to do is get us to turn violent so he can declare national law and invoke the Insurrection Act, and that may give him powers to stop the election. That's what's going on here. That's what he's trying to get us to do. And it sounds like, based on the headline that just popped up, something just happened in California that may give him that excuse. People have been really good so far, very peaceful, but we'll see. Now here, a pentacle on your doormat. Straw broom, keep most away. Right on. Do I think? Wait, hold on. Do you think that Ozzy was a witch for real? Or was it theater? I don't think Ozzy was. Led Zeppelin were definitely pagans, at the very least. Stairway to Heaven is the most pagan song ever written. My husband put up a road sign on our driveway for my birthday. The Witch's Road. Oh, that's fucking. I can't understand the mental gymnastics they have to embrace to make Christian. Yeah. Well, if Jesus existed, he was once an Essene. And if you look at what the Essenes believed and practiced, it's more pagan than Christian. Had a male and female divinity, believed in the powers of nature, and they practiced magic and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I could turn water into wine too. It just, I need a few ingredients in about a month for it to ferment. Jesus was not a Christian. Definitely not the kind of Christians we have. Yeah, he was Jewish. Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans. Be sure and follow if you're not following. Like, subscribe, hit the little bell things so you know when we're going live. I have an out bag too. Yeah, we got to go. We're in hurricane country, so yeah, we got to go bag, always ready to go. Those folks are powerful. Yes, and also New Orleans not only has the stand your ground law, we have the castle doctrine. So you come pounding on my door unidentified, making threatening noises, I have the absolute right to shoot through the door. This like no knock raid shit doesn't fly here. Just come to my door in a mask, unidentified. It doesn't fly here. Not really a Crowley fan. I recognize the things that he brought to the party, and that Gardner borrowed from, and how he helped Gardner put Wicca together. You need to get the fuck off of chords, you stupid bitch. God. So glad I got a female dog, so I can call you a bitch. Yeah, $13 crank radios that also solar power. Yeah, I got all that kind of shit too. I've even got solar panels, emergency solar panels. I would love to visit New Orleans. We should. Hexfest be coming up in August. That's the best time to come here. Witches everywhere. I mean, we got witches everywhere all the time, but even more than usual. How far back have you researched so far? Archaeological, theology. stone cave paintings. I've been teaching witchcraft for 45 years, so I've dug into some shit. New Orleans law is very different from any other place, really. All Louisiana, totally different. Absolutely. Well, the thing about New Orleans is, in New Orleans, we do what we want. You know, not ancient aliens, but there's some fascinating shit that comes up on ancient aliens. I will say, but ancient alien theorists always say yes. Yeah, New Orleans does what it wants. The state can talk all kind of shit and invoke all kind of shit, and New Orleans does what it wants. Like the state said that we all have to have the Ten Commandments up in our schools. We don't have it in our school. Not here. The state says that marijuana is illegal. Not here, it ain't. Because without New Orleans, this state would crumble. We are the main money maker for the entire state of Louisiana. There ain't nothing here that nobody wants to do except like hunting and fishing. Well, I got to fix this umbrella and drain the main vein off camera, of course. I know Sebastian wants to see me do it on camera.
Always.
Come on, you fucking piece of crap. Come on.
Oh, by the way, Bert, you want to hear a dirty joke?
A gay joke?
No, I said dirty joke. I didn't make it gay this time.
Well, if you say it, it's going to be a gay joke.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
What did the perverted frog say?
What?
What did the perverted frog say?
Frog. Perverted frog.
Yep.
Ribbit for her pleasure.
Rob it.
All right. That was worth a chuckle or two. Uncle Bert's coming live from New Orleans. All right. The ball of fire in the sky is a little lower. Oh, I looked at it. Now I can't see shit.
They said no. Why? The sun is a deadly laser.
Well, the sun's just a mass of incandescent gas. A giant nuclear furnace where hydrogen is turned into helium at a temperature of billions of degrees. Who the fuck wrote that song? What do you want? Oh my god, leave me alone. Fucking dog. Hi, Mojo. I got two dogs fucking with me now. This one chewing on me. No chewing. Come here. Come here. No biting. No biting. You stop that. Okay? You can lick, no bite. No bite. If you bite, I take your jaw. Okay? Okay? When we do that, you don't like that. Of course. Of course. Well, you're doing something I don't like. I do something you don't like. And eventually we get to a point where we're not doing stuff each other doesn't like. Okay? Is that reasonable? All right. The song popped up on my Spotify yesterday. Now it's on Resonant. What's the band? I'm trying to remember the band. Hey. 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 Hey, don't chew on my Hecate wheel thing from Ron Stone Mage. No. Oh, you fucking puppy. Oh my God. Get a puppy. How do we find you in New Orleans? Do you have a shop? No shop. Right now, you know, if you're in New Orleans, you know, call a Lyft every time you go somewhere, and maybe one of them will be me. But, yeah. Hopefully, when people contribute enough in my Cash App and my Venmo, I won't have to do that anymore. But yeah, no, don't have a shop. You can always, you know, send me a message. Maybe we can have a drink or something. Let go of my fucking jacket, dude. I like this jacket. No, you keep fucking up the shit I like. God damn it! Seems like it might be. They might be judged. I kind of think, yes, I think you're right. Stop it. Watch your live for 100 minutes. All right. I had to double check if someone might be judged. Yes, I think we're thinking that's who it is. Or go to Hexfest. Yes. Yeah, come to Hexfest and you'll definitely see me there because, you know, you'll hopefully be at my workshop and stuff. That's in August, but you can also see me at WitchCon coming up in February. And that is a virtual festival. You don't have to, you don't have to put on pants for. I love that song. Princess, I'd rather be a witch. Yeah, I just ran across that. It showed up in my feed. I don't know if that's an AI song or what, but damn it, as a musician, I'm appalled and fascinated by the new technology. AI can create a fucking kick-ass song in less than a minute. You just give it the right lyrics, the right punctuation, tweak it a bit. You could even, now it can even use your own voice. But like I said in my most recent video, now we can use AI to take the masks off the Gestapo. And that's probably going to be the best thing the AI ever did for us. Do they have a Zoom at? I don't think they have a Zoom for Hexfest, but they do for WitchCon. Because Hexfest, we're here, so we'll all be like, most of us like be in the same bars and stuff. Probably most of us will be at Potions, and that'll be our Zoom. Are you tired yet? I know you needed exercise, so I figure you're gonna exercise pretty hard if I hold your mouth shut, you fucker. Yes, Hexfest is in person. Yes, right. That's right. Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans, talking about witches, talking about witchcraft stuff, and sometimes the state of the world. You have a ritual at Hexfest. I don't have a ritual. I got one workshop. I don't even remember what I said I was going to teach, but if you go to hexfest.com, you can find out before I do. I usually don't need a whole lot of preparation. Usually the day before I go see what I said I was going to teach, scribble down some talking points, and then go rock Hexfest. But that's the thing. You do a job for 40 years. You should be good at that job. You shouldn't need a whole lot of preparation. Nobody. I hate. Sometimes I go to some of my friends' workshops and they're like reading off a teleprompter or something like that. That's boring. It's boring. I'm pacing back and forth, working the room, man. I enjoy this. I'm sorry I gotta leave. All right, Mad Catter, good to have you here. Did I check to see if I was following you? Yes,
There's a lot of people on this app, they just read off of Chat GPT, and then that's what they base their entire class on. And Chat GPT is not always right.
No. Chat GPT is often not right, especially when you're talking about witchcraft and shit. And they're just gonna like pull stuff from publications, other people's books and stuff like that, and then you're gonna be called a plagiarist. Hey, you need to chill the fuck out. Oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm fucking get you. What the fuck you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing?
Say
Now what?
the name.
No, I got you in the leg lock, man. I got you in the leg lock, headlock. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh, she broke the leg lock. Yeah, it was really cute idea to get her a fucking spiked collar until she drives it into your bones. Eventually I'll publish something. It's always kind of on the back burner of something that I should do. Have them mute twisted. Yeah, thank you. I have been working on somebody who's been transcribing one of my year in a day classes. And that'd probably be the first thing, because I'm a talker, I'm a presenter, it would be really hard to deliver that energy into print, except by just writing down what I said. Uh, when I've tried to write, I'm usually like really short to the point. It's kind of boring. But if I have somebody transcribe what I said, that might be more the kind of book that my people would like. So stay tuned. Subscribe to this, and if this channel disappears, keep looking. I do have a backup set up. Was it Uncle Bert's 12?
I think so.
I think it's Uncle Bert's 12. I do have a backup ready to go. Should that happen, it seems to be a lot better than it used to be. Just anybody could report you for anything, and you were guilty, especially if you were a witch. For a while, though. Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans, where it's been a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers.
The annoying ball of fire has gone down below the horizon, so I don't have to squint as much.
Good. No more deadly laser.
No more deadly laser. A little bit of rain in the forecast, although not very cloudy right now. Nice little breeze. Oh, yeah. Uncle Bert's coming live from New Orleans. What in the fuck? You're eating leaves now. Is this like a subtle way of saying you're hungry? It's not dinner time, man. You have like 45 minutes. Yes, she is a fucking chewer, all right. You should see the leather couch. Enchanted Sage. Will the monthly classes change each month, or will each class stay on Gumroad? Definitely. I believe the way I have it set up now, they should stay in your library. So every month they come out, at a designated time, and they go into your library. We can't count on Gumroad being there forever. It's been there a long time, and they have competitors now. So it might be a good idea to download them from your library. Put them on a memory stick or something like that, just in case. You notice the sun acting up. Has anyone had a time jump experience? Haven't had that. Well, I was a ham radio operator, but now I'm a bootleg radio operator. So, if the sunspots could act up and I don't have to wait 11 years to be able to talk skip, that'd be great. Most people don't know what that is, so works, but you need to use levels of this. Thank you. I'm enjoying classes, learn a lot. Yay! Good. Which class are you in? U.S. military says it carried out strikes across Syria. Okay, I already saw that. How to get my alt up money? Right on. Sylvia, thank you for the $33 on Venmo. That's the first person to give me money on Venmo for this broadcast. Thank you very much for contributing to the Old Witch Retirement Fund. Because, you serve your entire life in the craft. There's none of the standard benefits. In the afterworld, yeah, I get some benefits there, sure. I started with level 1s, which there's information on it. Started with level 1. Okay. Is your Venmo the same as Cash App? I don't think so. There's a link. There's links in my link thing. Got my Venmo there. Got Cash App there. I think they are different. Like, I think the Venmo's like my legal name with some dashes and stuff. And then I think the Cash App's like Uncle Birch with a number after it. I don't know, but the links in my profile.
I don't understand my dad's insistent need to poke me on Facebook. Like, every time he does, I'm like, Dad, fuck off.
All right. Uncle Bert's going to be live in New Orleans. Haven't had anybody get in the box and talk about any witchcraft in a bit, but whatever y'all want to talk about. We're in a weekend of protests around the entire country. It's going to get kind of crazy, and apparently it just got kind of crazy in California. I know nothing of the details yet, but I'm going to have to go see that story. But the headline was it turned violent. And that's exactly what Trump wants to happen. Mind you, I am not a nonviolent activist. I prefer sabotage, destruction of machinery and that kind of stuff. But, I think that all forms of activism have their place. I think I described it one time. There's a big tank of fascism rolling down the street. And then some people stand in front of the tank to stop the tank. That's, the nonviolent activists do that. And then some other activists lock down to the tank with those locks around their necks. More of those nonviolent. I've never been that kind of activist. Never the kind of where you lock down and you wait for them to come cut you loose and then take you to jail. It's like, no, I'm the hit them and quit them and hit them again. live to fight another day kind of activist. But then once we get the tank to stop for at least briefly with the nonviolent activists, then people like me can come in with hammers and chisels and chisel off a couple of the pins on the tracks of the tank to where the track comes off the tank and then the tank can't move. And then, the violent activists can, put a, ping pong ball gas bomb in the fuel tank of the tank. Do their thing to the people that come out of the tank. There's just, there's stuff for everybody to do. You don't have to be one kind of activist, but you also don't have to, tell the other kind of activists what to do. Yeah. We always got to remember that the first of the laws passed about witchcraft were passed by a Roman emperor who had a court magician on staff. Ethan, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Thank you very much. That helps out. And yeah, so that ruler, he made witchcraft illegal, but he had a court magician on staff. And the idea was that he wanted to be the only one that had magic. When King Saul in Judea had witchcraft illegal, he had a problem one day. His priests could not call up his familiar spirit, Samael. He just wouldn't show up. He really needed to talk to Samael. Crystal, thank you for the $3 on Cash App. Oh, you got your Cash App working. Woo! So King Saul needed some help. And who did he seek out for help? Well, depends on which Bible you read. Either the wise old woman of Endor, and wise was the code word for witch, or another book would just say the witch of Endor. So the prime witch in the area Ethan, thank you for the $3 on top of the 13 you just sent. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for making it a magical number. It always makes it more special. Nine's good too. So what does King Saul do when he has a problem? He seeks out a witch, but he's allegedly hunting witches, but apparently he's not hunting the wise old woman of Endor, the prime witch, the supreme, if you will, of that area. So he seeks her counsel, and she does a ritual, and sure enough, conjures up Samael. Now, I'm not going to get into old biblical speak with you, but in the common tongue, Samael comes up. Oh, thank you, Susie Q. Samael comes up and says, well, look, the reason I wasn't showing up is because I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news. And that battle you're going to fight in tomorrow, well, you're going to lose the battle and you're going to die. And I didn't want to be the one to have to tell you that. So the guy that's hunting witches, when he needs help, seeks out the witch for help. He helps him, does not get the answer that he wants, and sure enough, dies in the battle the next day. So historically, governments always have them. Even I think it was the Reagans had an astrologer. They were probably more than an astrologer. Trump has his. The most known of which, David Griffin, the self-appointed leader of the Golden Dawn. I'm sorry, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. I don't want to confuse them with the Italian fascist group, even though he's a fascist. But he becomes the leader of the Golden Dawn by suing himself into that position. He's got a family member that's a lawyer who will do lawsuits for free. He sued himself into the position of the largest magical order of the ceremonialists. Now, David Griffin, back during the first Trump term, when witches, thank you for the enchantment. Ooh, I love it, love it, love it. The witches of the internet were doing a binding spell on Trump. Most could not agree to hex him. I hexed him. But, everybody was going to bind him on this certain day. David Griffin, self-appointed leader of the Golden Dawn, according to his own words, created the equivalent of magical lightning rods on the four corners of his property to call in all of the energy being sent at Trump so he could then transmute it. According to David Griffin, telling this story, his kid dies, dog dies, wife almost dies in a terrible accident, he almost dies in a terrible accident. And that was the last I followed up on the David Griffin story. I don't know how, if it got worse for him. I remember when I still lived in Hollywood, David Griffin would show up at Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and magically defend his star against the witches that were gathering there to hex his star. While not directly employed by the Trump administration, you've got these crazy lunatics that'll fucking do it for free, even if their entire family suffers for defending Trump. So they are out there, and that was for somebody that said something that led me on to that entire story. You know who you are. But yeah, you got to know how to do this. But there have been some more serious organized hexing. And while it hasn't yet solved the problem, I see the effects of the hex on the target in question every day. And the demise of the target every day. Unfortunately, it was something, you kids must learn that goes for most types of magic, especially comes up in removing curses and giving curses and that kind of thing. It often gets worse before it gets better. And that's something you should learn, is when you're tracking your spells, sometimes that's a thing to look for. Did it suddenly get worse? Did the entire situation explode and become much more volatile than it was when I did that thing? Well, that's not a bad sign. It's part of the process. Agitating the waters, stirring up waters to catch fish, that kind of thing. Trump's an orangivore. I don't know, man. Where are we? Oh, well, guess what time it is? It's
So,
past 4:20.
yes,
I'm
yes.
8 minutes late for 4:20, man. I gotta go do that and then start feeding mouths. So I'll probably go live tomorrow. I've been trying to work on this microphone headphone thing, the mixing board. We'll see if I can get that shit together. But literally, my microphone I'm waiting for is on a ship in like Singapore. I look at the tracking thing, and it's like in the port, about to be loaded on a ship. What? A fucking ship? Thanks, Timu. All right, y'all. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks, Sebastian, Lux Lady Crystal, all the people that tapped the screen. We're at 37.8 thousand likes. Be sure and like, follow, and hit the little bell notification thing. Follow me over there on YouTube as well. I'm going to hopefully be doing more of the YouTube thing. I do have one of those lapel mics. It's not working well with my mixing board, but I got a desktop mic coming. I got a really good desktop mic, but it's only useful when I do these things on the computer, and the phone's just much more convenient. So I'm working on setting up a mixing board that goes through the phone. And yeah, so we'll see. So thank you all for coming.
Mm-hmm.
As our ancestors used to say, to remind us of the troubled times through which we came, and the breadcrumb trail that they left you and me to follow in the old ways. Merry meet, merry part, merry meet again, y'all.